All right, today I am so excited. We are doing something that I only recommend the most seasoned cruisers attempt. Welcome to the Virgin Islands. Pilot. I guess so, yeah. Hey, thanks so much for checking out my video today. So this is a little bit different from what I usually do. Mainly my channel is all about getting you aboard the world's biggest cruise ships for a lot less using casino comps, and I got a ton of content on my channel you can check out if you're interested in that. But today I wanted to do something a little bit different because this is kind of a one-in-a-lifetime experience. A couple of my very dear friends, this is a kind of pilgrimage for them, and I don't know a ton about it, but as we go, we'll learn. So we're on the US Virgin Islands side of the Virgin Islands. That's where Independence of the Seas docked today. And we're actually gonna take a charter boat over to the British Virgin Islands. So we have to pass through customs. There's a couple of really cool places that we're gonna go to. We're actually gonna go to the bar that has the original painkiller. So my video might get a little sloppy by the end of it, but I'm gonna take you along. We're gonna see all about what this excursion is going to bring for us. There is one thing I do wanna mention though. This kind of thing, we're doing this excursion outside of the cruise line system. You can get lots of great excursions through Royal Caribbean, but this one is one that we're taking on our own. We are a bunch of very experienced cruisers though. We have like literally thousands of cruises amongst all of our group. I think there's 8 of us on this excursion today. So we kind of know what you need to do in order to keep safe and make sure you get back to the ship, because as you know, if you miss the ship, if you're late for on board, they will leave without you, no problem. They have no problems doing that. And this is the last stop on this sailing. We wouldn't even be able to join the ship on our next port of call because we're going back to Miami. So that could be very complicated. But we have it all in hand. We're gonna get back super early. Let's go check out the Virgin Islands. so this is stop number 1. We are in Jost Van Dyke in the British Virgin Islands. This is Grand Harbor. So this is where we have to go actually to check in to, I guess, the Commonwealth. So we gave all our passports to the captain. He's gonna get us all checked in and cleared with customs. And then we're on to our next stop. I can't wait to see where it is. Let's go. Alright, so we cleared customs here in the British Virgin Islands, which you have to do. You're coming in from St. Thomas, and now we are at White Bay Beach here on Jost. And we had a really great moment at sea, and now we're ready to go to the Soggy Dollar Bar. I think that's what it's called. It's famous because there's no pier here, so all the ships, as you can see behind me, all the ships actually end up just mooring slightly offshore, and then you have to jump in the water, walk to the beach, and then you go to the bar or wherever else you want to go. So that's where we're going next. One of the other great things about Soggy Dollar Bar here is that they were the original creator of the painkiller. So I'm going to try the original painkiller, and so are all my friends.
Stick it out to the side. I don't want to catch it, yeah. But it's the pinky, so that would just be the constant shot, yeah.
All right, let's give this a try. The original painkiller.
There's such a problem with him. Who has small hands that can tie knots in really small things?
I just called Jess over too.
Oh, that is good.
All right, so we are at White Bay Beach here in the British Virgin Islands, and it's amazing. So how did we get here? So if you want to try something like this, you basically have to charter a boat from US Virgin Islands if that's where you're porting from, and then they'll take you over. They can take you to various places. For this beach specifically, there isn't a place that they can dock, so you need to jump in the water and swim to the beach and then go to the bar. That's why they call it Soggy Dollar Bar. And then we've just been basically hanging out, great drinks, great food, just a really amazing vibe. You can chill out in the water. It's incredible. From what I've heard, it's about $1,600, maybe a little bit more to charter a boat. So if you get a group of like 10 or 12 people, then you can really mitigate the cost of this. And then of course you have to think about you're clearing customs from the US Virgin Islands to the British Virgin Islands. So there's a cost in that. I think it's about $75 per person. There's gonna be tips and whatever incidentals if you're gonna buy food here, buy extra drinks. So you need to think about that. We're here with a group of friends and we're having a fantastic time. I ended up paying about $200. That was subsidized. It would have cost me about $250 if it wasn't. That's great for an experience like today. I would absolutely pay that, but you have to be careful because again, if you're getting an excursion that is not sanctioned by the cruise line, if you don't get back in time, the ship will leave without you, but you're going to save 50% or more by doing that. So that's something to consider. All right, so I just got back from our excursion from US Virgin Islands over to British Virgin Islands, and my, I guess my final summary of it is you should absolutely do this if you get a chance. Now, I couldn't have possibly done it without two people, which I have to give a shout out to. So you guys know Jessalynn, my best cruise buddy. She is also my travel agent. She did all the legwork to make sure this would happen because it's not just the boat charter, but it's like where you're going. It's getting through customs from the US Virgin Islands to the British Virgin Islands and back. It is cab fare to get to the port of embarkation. It's all of those things. She made it seamless for us. If you thought about a regular price for this for about 9 or 10 people, it would probably cost you about $250. And I absolutely recommend you do it. But make sure you have someone who's an expert on this to guide you through. You do not want to miss the ship. We were 1 hour early. The other person I want to give a big shout out to is Makeem. He was our boat owner and our captain. Man, he was so fabulous. He was so friendly and helpful. He took us where we needed to go. He gave us all the information. He played great music for us. He seemed to know all of our musical tastes. The boat was like nearly new, very well cared for. And it was just an amazing experience from beginning to end. I'm going to put his details in the description as well in case you want to connect him directly. It is a great experience. If you've cruised a bit, I definitely recommend, if you're going to the US Virgin Islands, check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching.